All right. Well, hey guys, how are you?
We're fine. How are you, Gary?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm getting ready to go to Cabo here in 2 days. So,
What?
yeah, last training before that. So, I want to welcome everybody. So, just some introductions if you don't know. We have Jessica Leaf. Jessica, say hi.
Hi.
And then Pam Galloway.
Hello.
Pam is
Hi.
from Texas, right?
Yeah, I live in Texas, East Texas now.
Yeah, Jessica Oceanside. And then Alan and MJ Wilkerson.
Hello.
From down in the South Bay.
Yeah. Rachel Pryors from Temecula.
Hi, guys. See her.
And Denise Caesar, I think, is on the line. So I want to welcome you all. The first thing I wanted to start out with tonight is a couple of things. One is right after this, if you have not seen your email inbox, there's a very special training going on at 6 tonight. Did you guys see all that?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
I highly recommend that. This training will pale into comparison to hearing what, JC Dornick and Mark Nelson and all these guys who are super successful health coaches are doing right now. So please, I encourage you to, if you have a chance, to get on that and listen to that training tonight.
Gary, do you know if it's going to be recorded?
I don't know. So, sometimes they do. You never know. But my guess is, I got the same email you got. I'm going to watch it myself. I just think that, whatever I could do here, theirs is going to be a lot more, right? We're going to be focused on a few things here. But so if you can do it, great. If you can't, then it's unfortunate, right? Miss out.
Gary, I registered. It's WebEx. Is that the same thing on the computer?
No, you just have to register through that link. Just register through that link. Okay.
But is it by telephone or?
It's a webinar on the computer.
Okay. All right.
And Donna, I know you just joined us. Welcome. Can you say hello so we can know that your audio works? Donna can't hear us either.
I can hear you now.
Okay, great. So Donna, there's an email about Dr. A's training starting at 6 o'clock tonight. Please check
No,
the
actually,
email.
I haven't seen it, so
Okay,
that's
so check it. It's at 6 o'clock tonight. And what I said is this meeting will this training tonight is going to be pale in comparison of what Dr. A and Dan Bell and all the top leaders are going to be teaching tonight at 6. So if you can get on that webinar, that's going to be much better than being on this one, I think. Okay.
okay. All right, great. I know yours is going to be good too.
Well, thank you, but that one will be much better.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk a little bit about before we get into the topic tonight is I'm starting to, let me share with this. You guys all know Craig Blanchett, right?
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to host him at my house this last weekend.
It was fabulous.
And he decided that he was willing to put together a little training, which I invited a lot of you to, and some of you were able to make it, and some of you were not. We did not get it recorded, so we don't have the recording. But I did have a chance to write down some key things that he does that I absolutely fell in love with. And it's being trained through lots of organizations, not just him creating this. He was trained on this. And it is the way I'm going to start shifting a lot of my training with new coaches, with current coaches right now, and yourself, including myself. I'm going to go through this process right now. I started what I'm going to share with you. But the idea here is, as a health coach, that our fundamental job is to help people with the mindset that they have, from a dieting mindset to a healthy lifestyle mindset. If we can't do that, we fail as coaches, because the client will be on a diet, and we know that 85% of people that go on diets gain their weight back. So I've realized that the food that we have and all that stuff is our tool to help people get to a healthy weight, but we have to become optimal health coaches. We have to help people with the mindset and start shifting. They come in with a dieting mindset, that's fine, that's great, but our job as a coach is to shift them into a healthy lifestyle mindset. That way because if you think about it yourselves, Alan, I'm going to ask you a question if I could.
Sure.
How long do you want to be on a diet for?
I'm sorry?
How long would you like to be on a diet for?
Oh, maybe a month and a half.
Right. That's true. And how long would you like to have a healthy lifestyle for?
For the rest of my life.
Right. So can you just see the energetics in the two statements?
Mhm.
One is short term. I want to be done with it soon. One is long term.
Right.
And the MetaFast foods we have is the tool that we use to get them to the healthy weight. And it can help them in maintenance if they choose, right? It
Yes.
changes the emphasis off the food and onto the mindset, which is the most powerful thing, because if you can do that for a client, then they will continue to move forward on their journey no matter what. They might have their ups and downs, but they will move forward on their journey, okay? Now, so that's the big fundamental change in the coaching structure that Craig was talking about, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and that's powerful. You guys all can agree in your bodies that that sounds true, right?
Yes.
Right. So it would be in our highest and best interest to start adopting this because it's true, right? Truth is true. And our job is to become the best health coach we can become, an optimal health coach. That's the power of the coach. Because the more clients that move forward, the more clients that actually get past, say, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th month onto their health journey, a lot of those become coaches because they did it.
True.
So it's not only the best way to acquire clients and keep them, it's the best way to build our team.
Right.
Because they really found lifestyle and now they're making health a priority in their life. Right?
Yeah.
So powerful, I can't even tell you. So with that, that's the mindset. Now the second thing is that Brian Drollinger taught this concept, but it was crystallized by Craig. Brian Drollinger taught it to Craig, and if you guys know him, he's got the 3rd largest business in Take Shape for Life.
Wow.
3rd largest in the whole company. Dr. A, Dan, Brian Drollinger.
Wow.
And it's not by accident. Brian's a genius. And Brian coined this phrase called TSFL University. Now, as any of you, and he doesn't talk about this very often, but I'm just giving him the credit for it, okay? So have you guys heard of that? The people who are at the Craig's training I know have, but how about MJ and Alan? You guys heard of that before?
I've heard of that before, yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with what it is, though?
No.
Okay, yeah. So I wasn't either, to be honest, until this last weekend, but I started to do it already, and it's powerful. So this is what it is, and we're going to have our first meeting tonight with Jessica sharing. So this is what TSFL University is. The first question is, it's a 2.5-hour commitment to your training, to you becoming a good coach. So the first question is will you commit 2.5 hours to go to TSFL University to become the best coach that you can become?
Yes.
2.5 hours.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Rachel?
Sure.
MJ, Allen, will you guys commit it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Denise, too, since you're there?
Thanks.
She's not going to want to answer. She'll plead the fifth, but we'll get her there anyway. We'll get her to school. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's 2.5 hours. You guys ready for it? Very simple, but it's got to be done every week for 8 weeks.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
8-week university to get a degree in health coaching. So this is what he said, that either the live or the recorded, you have to listen to the Habits of Health call, the doctor's call, the nurse's call, the leadership call. They're each a half hour. And then a half hour worth of reading in the Habits of Health or Discover Your Optimal Health or something of that journey, even if it's personal, personal growth stuff is okay too, but ideally Habits of Health stuff related to this, being a good coach. Okay? That's 2.5 hours. Does that seem reasonable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you have to talk to your mentor about what you learned in each one, not what they said, but what you took away. Just because you want to hear it once, so the training is all about listening, right? This is not about training about talking. We talk enough. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
This is about listening. This is about listening to the calls and listening to the leadership and listening to the support calls and the doctor's calls and the nurse's calls and then reading and absorbing. Okay, it's 2.5 hours a week to read and absorb all this information. And then talk to your mentor about what you learned in each area, because reading it and absorbing it's one thing, but then trying to recall it, you begin to own it. Okay, so that's just as important is, when you have your mentorship calls, just, tell them what it is. Tell them what you learned. Okay? Make
That's
sense?
on a week. That's on a weekly basis.
Yeah. If you talk to your mentor weekly, or you can even do it to each other for you and your wife, because as long as you talk it out loud is good enough.
Okay.
If you do it to your mentor, that's great. But if you do it to each other, because like I said, the whole exercise is talking it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so everybody's committed to it. I'm committed to it too.
Yes.
And so that's what Take Shape for Life University is, a 2.5-hour commitment to your growth, right?
Right.
Listening, not talking. Okay. With that said, I asked Jessica for some assistance, recommended by Craig, is to listen to the leadership call and share with us what she felt about it and what she learned about it. And Jessica is going to, in 3 minutes, Jessica is going to share with us her experience of listening to the leadership call, which I don't think Jessica had in the past. And I asked her to do it, to present, and I think that what happened was miraculous. So I'm going to let Jessica share.
May I ask Jessica, can you adjust the slant
screen.
of your screen so that we can see all of you? All we can see is from your chin.
Jessica, can you adjust your screen because we can't see your face?
There you go.
There she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Donna, the same for you, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see me?
You're too close to the.
Oh, I'm too short.
All
Okay.
right.
You're good.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Jessica, take it away.
All right. Well, I just heard about this yesterday, and I'm not sure what possessed me, but Monday night I listened to Dr. A's leadership call.
Mhm.
And it was the first time ever since I've been even done the program. I never listened to calls. And it was really time well spent. And I have to share with you, I was a bit hesitant, but being a new coach, I don't have any one-on-one experience of Dr. A except on stage, seeing him from afar. And I really thought he was a bit of a puff of air and really a lot of a peacock. And I didn't really trust him. But I think that could change.
Yeah, I think so.
The call was really interesting. There were 6 different leaders, team members, and they spoke, and what threaded through each of what they had to say was my main takeaway, which was to have fun and work with people that you really like. Work with people that you like. And it was interesting. One team said that all of their coaches were people that were in their sphere of influence before. They were people that they all knew.
Mhm.
And it was a young couple, husband and wife, and these were all like presidential or global leaders.
Mhm.
And they said that everyone in their family is a coach. And so all of the events are so much fun because it's like a big celebration. So again, for me, it was having fun and working with people that you really like. A couple of the other takeaways were really to turn off the fear, speak with a lot of people. And one phrase that I loved was I see a bow and arrow. It was like, take aim and really go to work. Keep it simple. Use file folders and attend events, as many events as you can. And I just want to mention a couple of Dr. A's highlights because I think they're worth mentioning. He said to continue to make adjustments in our work. It's kind of like this new thing with Gary's way of working. We're always adjusting, as are the file folders. I can't see it, Gary. Okay. And to overcome resistance, because, we can be our worst resistance or our best friend. That's my comment. Be coachable and teachable. Keep it simple. Talk to lots of people and work with our sponsors. So the bottom line of what I really learned is that I need to listen to these calls. So I'm ready for Take Shape for Life University. Here we go.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yay!
Thank you for sharing, Jessica. And you had shared with me that I wanted to say, to share that how inspired you were by the things that you heard and the level of family in Take Shape for Life and different family units and trees and leaderships and how we all just work together as a team.
Can I just quickly say I have no idea of all of these teams and streams and kind of seeing how that comes and like extending the family. It's exciting.
It is.
Getting
Awesome.
to-
Thanks you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If you hadn't listened to that leadership call, it's fantastic. And one of the things that is in there that is really powerful that I really liked was Kevin Tinter and Becca Tinter outlining exactly what they do. And there's so many things in what they said that I think is really important for us to follow. Like they're looking for coaches who want to help 5 people. So they're looking for people who want to become senior coach, right? They do high leveraged activities, which is kind of what the theme of tonight is. They also have a goal of don't settle for 6,000. You have to go to 8 to 10,000 because that's going to give you 35, 40 clients to sift through for your coaching to build. They said the people who build the biggest team are coaching to 10,000 volume. And because of that, that doesn't take that much time, but now you get to sift through and find people who want to do it as well with you, right? Gives you 40 people to work through. So, but the problem is for some people is how do I get to 10,000 in volume, right? That is a problem for a lot of people is they don't know what the pathway is to get there. And the key is focusing on leverage activities, what we call income producing activities, which is the theme of tonight's call, right?
Right.
Now, I hope everybody has pen and paper. If you can, this is a list you're going to want to write down. And this is the complete list of, now let's say it's not complete. This is a long list of things people do. Okay. You have to figure out which one is the right one for you. You could do a all hands on deck approach, or you can, pick a few that you want. But the reality is, and this is coming from Kim Fisk, by the way. Are you spending your times on things being busy with Take Shape for Life? Is the first question. And she says you need to spend 90% of your time working on doing these activities that I'm about to share with you. And your business will explode if that's what you want. If you really want your business to explode, then these activities are the activities to do 90% of your Take Shape for Life time, right? Coaching clients could be the rest if you don't have a large group of clients. If you have a huge team, then you might need to shift that number a little bit. But if your goal is to acquire clients, in this scenario, 90%. Now, if your goal is to manage coaches, there's a lot of activities in here to do it. But the reality is 90% of your time needs to be on these activities in Take Shape for Life, whatever that looks like. Okay? You guys ready for the list?
Yes.
Okay. The first one is sharing the news with a new person. And I'll send these out too, okay? But I want you guys to write them down as a practice. And what that means is collecting yeses. And collecting yeses means getting to a point where you can ask somebody, can I send you some information about what I do? And maybe you could think of somebody else who might need it. And having your system of what you're going to send them, right? And we'll start working on those systems. I know not everybody has one, but just create one. Whether it's a link to your I Choose Optimal Health site, which is what is recommended, a link to something, a video, a short something, just to get something in their hands, right? Posting on Facebook before and afters and some type of a powerful post. I recommend you follow the social network guidelines. There's webinars on it at Team Global Webinars on how Tia Wood built her whole business on Facebook. Okay. Doing an interested call alone or with your mentor, meaning finding people who might be interested in learning more about the program and actually calling them and doing the full interview process with a new client, right?
What was that, Gary? I missed it. I was still writing.
Doing an interested call, like finding somebody who's interested in actually going through the process with them.
Yeah.
Okay, like looking for people interested. If you're using Facebook to build your business, adding new friends on Facebook. But there's emphasis here to be careful.
Okay, get put in Facebook jail.
Yeah, exactly.
I was there for a month.
And
Oh no.
supporting your clients with calls and texts, right? Supporting your
Right.
clients is an income producing activity. Keeping them moving forward, right? Like we talked about, helping them shift from the dieting mindset to the lifestyle mindset. And you do that by asking this question, if you guys want to write it down. After you lose this weight,
Mm-hmm.
you could ask either how fast do you want to gain it back? Okay. You can ask how long do you want to keep it off? That's the question I usually ask.
Mm-hmm.
Craig asks, when do you want to gain it back? He likes that.
Never.
The reason why is because they're all good at dieting and gaining weight back, but they're not good at the lifestyle piece. So when you ask that question, we already know the answer, but that's what helps us question them to shift them. Make sense? Okay. Writing a weekly client support email or using the system in place to send out those, right? We all have systems. We don't have to write them. We just have to organize them and send them. Right? You guys got that?
A client support email?
Yes. And if you don't know about these, but when we do our mentoring calls, just ask me, what are these? How do I do this? Okay, that's fine. Calling in active clients, right? And seeing how they're doing on their health journey. Sending peak videos like, conversations with yourself or things like that help spark interest, finding people to send stuff to. Can you pass this to a friend? Use your influence never to say it for them, but always to say it for the third party, right? That way the goal is to not offend them. Doing client story calls. That's something that we just learned about at Go Global. Very, very powerful. I've done a few already, but I'm not going to share with what that is at the particular moment. You just write it down and you can ask me later.
Can you say it one more time? I'm sorry, I was writing as well.
Client story calls. We'll talk about that. Just remind me, okay? All right.
Okay.
Coaching invitations, right? Invitations to learn about the trilogy and learn about either go to one of the events or to learn about the business. Right?
Yep.
Sending Facebook messages to people, connecting with people, reaching out, even if you haven't talked to them in a while. Setting up and attending networking groups and meetup groups and just getting yourself out there in front of new people. Being in front of a lot of people and being prepared to, talk to them and tell them you're an optimal health coach and, share what you do. We have a diamond, right? We have an amazing thing. You just have to learn how to share it and then go share it, right? Doing conference calls for clients or coaches, that's higher leverage if you're a business coach already, but that's not anything for don't have coaches. But doing Zoom client meetings. Start setting up whatever you have as clients. Start doing Zoom client meetings so you can get to face with your people, and show them how to do it. Send them the invitation and show them how to do it. Holding healthy happy hours, right? Client celebrations together. These are all high leverage activities. Okay, the next one is following up with interested people. Most people, and I'm guilty of this, don't follow up enough. They recommend that we need to follow up 8 times. Because until that person says, no, I'm never doing it, don't call me again.
That's very true.
They don't know what you have. They're not personally rejecting you. They don't know what you really have. Until you've shared it and they still say no, walk away then. You see what I mean? It's that important. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting anybody. Right?
Sometimes it's also we assume what's happening when we're talking to them on the phone, and we think they're brushing us off when they might be rushing out the door somewhere for real. And so, like you said, until they say no, stop it. You really don't know, because it could be that 7th or 8th time that they suddenly go, "Well, can you tell me about this? I have some time now."
That's exactly right. And if you take it personally, like you were doing, then you take it personally like you were doing, you won't want to follow up again. But they're not don't make the assumption until they say no. And always come with the heart of, hey, I have something that could change your life, not trying to get them.
Gary,
Yes.
there's a little box that just popped up, said the meeting will end in 10 minutes.
I'm aware of that. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, it will end. I made sure I didn't pay for the version on purpose because I actually want it to end.
There you go.
Okay, you go.
Following up with interested people, follow up very important. Until they say no, they don't know what you have. Always tell all your coaches that. Look, people don't know what you really are offering. Our job is to share it the right way. Doing a connections email, right? That's the email blast that we do to help people see an inspirational story. Asking your present clients for referrals. And out and about, meeting new people, and initiating conversation with people to get into conversation. And you could be strategic. Look at somebody and go, I want to actually get to know them. They look cool. And go and initiate it. And, be strategic about it. Okay, that's a pretty big list. Would you guys agree?
yeah.
Okay. Now, we all know that we're not spending 90% of our time doing these things, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
We all want our business to be successful. I'm guilty of this too. So let's all make a commitment that let's spend as much time as we can in Take Shape for Life on 2.5 hours of TSFL University and the rest of it on doing these activities.
All right.
Even if that's 10 hours a week that you have, that's okay. Can you imagine what 7 hours a week is doing something on this? That's powerful. Just 7 hours a week. Just 3 hours a week if all you did was these activities. You would be doing a lot more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is why Kim Fisk's team is blowing up. This is why. They have a goal of 10,000. They do these activities, and what they get really good at is acquiring clients and supporting them and turning their mindset. And they're really good at looking for the right people and acquiring coaches and helping them grow because they have a system. Now we all have a system. Anytime you get a new health coach and they want to know what to do, it's Take Shape for Life University, right?
Right.
It's a 2.5 hour commitment to become a great coach. And that's along with like writing their list and getting that stuff done to start getting them to senior coach. But that's their training, 2.5 hours a week. Isn't that simple?
Yes.
And brilliant, right?
Yes.
You'll know how brilliant it is after you go through it over the 8 weeks.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for people watching the recording here, that's the call for you too. If you're willing and you really want to grow a Fit for Life business, these are the activities that the leaders are doing, and I'm doing it as well. So we're all going to grow together, right?
We're all in.
We're all in. So I heard something on the call that was really powerful for me too on the leadership call, and I wanted to kind of share it with you. It was a quote that Becca Tinter gave from Lisa Castro. She said, having the trilogy for yourself is pretty amazing, right? Some of us have it, some of us are working on it, but you would agree that having it for yourself would be pretty amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Would everybody want the trilogy?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're able to give it to somebody else, it becomes indescribable.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And those are parting words, because if you really we all know that here right now, right? I know that a little bit here. I've helped some people become successful and have been able to retire. And I can tell you that is an indescribable feeling to change a family's life.
Mm-hmm.
For them better when they become a coach, right? When you're able to give the trilogy away. So, but having it for yourself is important first. You can't take somebody where you haven't been. So
Exactly.
you have to go there first and work on it yourself. So these are the activities that will help you get the trilogy. It'll help you with your own health. It'll help you with your client support. It'll help you with growing your business, which will ultimately help you with your relationships. It'll help you with communication. It'll help you grow. It'll be the mind, the body, and the finances. Everything will just get better by doing these activities, right?
Right.
So with that, we all know what we need to do. The thing is going out and doing the action and failing your way to success. And don't take anything personally, because they don't know what you have. You have a diamond. We have a diamond. And have fun, right? have fun doing it. You know, don't make it too much of a mental struggle. Just go out and have fun. We all are experiencing health on a new level. We need to share that and inspire people, right?
Right.
So with that said, that is all I have, and I think we have a few more minutes. 4 minutes left remaining, I believe. So let's do some laser coaching. People who have any questions or comments about tonight's Zoom call, or anything anybody would like to share.
Gary, I just wanted to ask again because I see Pamela on the call, and I keep trying to remember that book that Whitney always talks about, and I want to go ahead and see if I can find it. Order it about the questions. Change your questions.
Four
Change your
questions?
Yeah.
What are you asking, MJ? I'm confused.
the name of the book.
It's the asking the questions in your life.
Change your life.
What is it?
Let me say it. Change your questions, change your life.
Oh,
Highly recommend it. Unbelievable book. I want to do a book study on it, to be honest. I really do, but I haven't been able to set that up yet. But it's a book will change your life. It changed mine dramatically.
By Gary?
Huh?
Who is it by?
The
can Google it.
I don't
Doesn't
know.
matter.
Barely Adams or something like that. Just look it up. Change your questions, change your life.
Okay.
Very,
I
very.
read it.
All right. Any other comments?
I had a question.
Yeah.
Earlier when you were giving us these lists of activities, there was one that I wasn't sure what you meant. Sending peak influence? It was after you,
Sending peak videos.
oh, peak videos.
Yeah.
Is that like when I see
I
Whitney
share.
posting a little bitty video on Facebook and she's saying, hi guys,
Something like that, I think. I think that's what it is.
I wasn't sure.
I'll find out. I don't know what that exactly means either.
Okay. I wasn't,
Take Shape for Life. It could be. I think that's probably what it is, what you were saying, because Kim Fisk does that a lot.
now when you say peak, you mean P-E-E-K like to look, or peak
Correct.
as P-E-A-K as a big, going up?
It's written E-K.
To look. Okay. All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Rachel, are you reading or anybody else have a question?
No, I'm good.
I had a comment.
Yeah.
I got some of Craig's talk recorded on my phone,
Great.
Okay.
so I can try to get that
Can you
to
see
everybody what I got.
if you could send it via email?
Yeah, right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does anybody know a good program where you just speak and just like with your text, you know, talk to text? How about talk to type on your computer? Anybody know one?
You know one called Dragon or something?
Yes. What
Okay.
kind of computer do you have?
An HP laptop?
It might have it with it if it's a newer one.
Let's take that
No,
off.
hold.
The program you can
Thank you.
download, though.
Pardon me?
Dragon you can download. I have
Okay,
it. I have it on my iPhone.
thank you.
All right.
Rick,
Gary, just one last thing. Social media, along with Facebook, also LinkedIn is very good.
yeah, you just got to learn how to use it. That's right.
It's,
Very good.
that's pretty easy.
Got to learn how to use it correctly to acquire. Okay, so we have about a minute, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for coming on the call tonight. Jessica, great job sharing with us the leadership call. We're going to cancel next week's Zoom because I will be in Cabo enjoying.
Oh.
I'll be back, and when I get back, I would love to share with somebody who maybe they can listen to one of the other calls and we can hear a little bit more. So thank you guys. Hope you have a lot of good things to do there and a lot of activities. And I will see you guys soon. Have a good
All right.
Gary.
Have fun in Cabo.
Bye-bye. Have a great time.
Bye.
Hey, Donna.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
okay, Sam. Talk to you later.
Tammy.